Hello, friends. As my canoe glides over the calm waters of the Nile, I imagine a time when these waters carried something far more ominous: warriors from foreign lands, marching into Egypt, claiming its cities, and ruling its people. This was the time of the Hyksos invasion, a period that shook the very foundation of Egypt and forced the civilization to change like never before. For centuries, Egypt had been a powerful and self-sufficient kingdom, protected by deserts on all sides. The Egyptians saw themselves as the center of the world, untouched by outside threats. But around 1650 BCE, that illusion shattered. A mysterious group known as the Hyksos, a name that means rulers of foreign lands, arrived in Egypt, bringing with them something the Egyptians had never faced before: advanced military technology. The Hyksos were not a single invading army, but a mix of Semitic-speaking people from the Levant, modern-day Israel, Palestine, Syria. They didn't come in one great battle, but rather slowly migrated into Egypt, settling in the eastern delta. Over time, they gained influence, took control of key cities, most notably Avaris, their capital, and eventually declared themselves pharaohs. So how did they do it? The Egyptians had a traditional style of warfare, relying on foot soldiers and simple weapons. The Hyksos, however, introduced horses and chariots, giving them unmatched speed and mobility. They also brought bronze weapons, stronger bows, and better fortifications, things Egypt had never seen before. The Egyptian army, stuck in old ways, was completely unprepared. For about a century, the Hyksos ruled Lower Egypt, the northern part, including the Delta region, while the native Egyptians still controlled Upper Egypt, the south, including Thebes. Instead of destroying Egyptian traditions, the Hyksos adopted many of them. They used hieroglyphs, worshipped Egyptian gods alongside their own, and even built temples in the Egyptian style. But make no mistake, they were foreign rulers, and the Egyptians resented their presence. That resentment turned into action when a southern Egyptian prince, Seqenenre-Tao, decided it was time to fight back. According to legend, he received an insulting letter from the Hyksos king Apophis, complaining that the Egyptian hippos in Thebes were too loud and disturbing his sleep, all the way in Avaris. Whether true or not, Seqenenre-Tao took it as an excuse to start a rebellion. The war was brutal. Seqenenre-Tao himself died in battle, and his mummy shows horrific wounds, deep cuts to the skull, likely from an enemy's axe. But his sons continued the fight. The final victory came under Ahmose I, who used the Hyksos' own weapons against them. With new military tactics and a more disciplined army, the Egyptians drove the Hyksos out of Egypt, chasing them back into the Levant. With the Hyksos gone, Egypt had learned a valuable lesson. Never again would they be caught off guard by foreign invaders. The humiliation of foreign rule transformed Egypt. No longer content to sit within its traditional borders, Egypt would now seek to expand outward, creating an empire so powerful that it would dominate the ancient world. And so begins the New Kingdom, the Age of Empires, a time of legendary pharaohs, grand military conquests, and the construction of some of Egypt's greatest monuments. Join me next time as we sail into this golden era of Egyptian history.